Right, so this is the worst of the two speakers. So I think this is the one I'm going to take apart and have a look inside. So we've got the dented tweeter mesh that's been pushed in. You can see there it's pushed in the diaphragm as well, and the woofer, which is a treated paper cone, I think. The dust cap is pushed in slightly, and there's a big crease all the way around here. You can really see it there. I don't know if that shows up on camera. So the structure, the integrity of this cone is a bit compromised really. So yeah, I think I would probably say these woofers are sort of a bit beyond it really. I don't know if these gold Allen screws are original. Yeah, I guess they are. So they're threaded, probably 4mm. I don't like them being gold. I noticed on the other tweeter the screws were sitting up quite a lot, so I don't know if the other tweeter's been out and they haven't been screwed back in properly. Who knows? Right, okay, so that's been screwed in too hard at the back and it's blown out the back of the plastic. Nice beefy cables. Yeah, I think for the minute I'm probably going to clip those off. We can resolder them. That way I know what went where. Okay. So there you go, close up. You can see that's pushed in and the damage it's done to the dome. So I think that's a Ciaz part number. Wouldn't surprise me. Big magnet. Yeah, not too bad. So yeah, MDF as we thought, veneered. Let's see if we can get this woofer out. Yeah, there we go. Big wires. 12 AWG 4mm. Okay, so again I'm just going to clip these off at the moment. That way I know what went where. Okay, so here is our woofer. Not particularly compliant. I just don't know about that. So yeah, paper cone. I can see that crease in there as well. I don't know if you can on the camera. Try and catch the light there. There you go. So that's really taken the strength out of the cone. So yeah, a lot of sound deadening in here. Looks like our crossovers on the back of the binding posts. Oh no, it's one of these. Let's see if we can get this out. We've got a piece of polyfill on the front and a big piece running all the way down the back. Okay. So our crossover is on the board at the back for the binding post. So what we do, we'll turn it round and take that out. Bear with me. Because they got that massive plate at the bottom of them, they weigh a bloody ton. I'm forever spiking myself with these floor spikes, so I'm going to take them out. Otherwise I'm going to bleed to death or something. that's a big bloody piece of metal. Just comes out of there. Right, let's see what we've got. Let's get rid of this. So in terms of the cabinet, if you can see that, let me just move you slightly. So we've got a brace that runs across there. It looks like the bottom, we've got a false bottom to it. So 18mm sides, back and front, and I think, let's just try and measure this crudely. So 30 centimeters to here. So 30 centimeters gets us to there. So this space at the bottom here is empty. I don't know whether it's full of something to weight it. It might be. It's incredibly bottom heavy. So yeah, anyway, let's move the cabinet out of the way. So yeah, bit of a close up of the cabinet. Port there, which is really short. I mean really short. We're looking at about 4.5 centimeters long and about 36mm in diameter. So yeah, tuned pretty low. Right, let's get rid of this. Right, our favourite part, the crossover. Yeah, good wiring. Well, I say it's good wiring. To me it's like electrical wire, as in singles you'd pull through conduit and trunk in. So it's not, it's multi-stranded. So yeah, good copper wire, really good gauge, 4mm. Right, okay, so let's get rid of these really naffy jumpers. Don't think that was original. Okay, so let's see what we've got then. So on our woofer circuit, second order, so we come into an inductor with a capacitor down to ground via a resistor. So 10 watt rated, 10 ohms, and what's the cap? 8 microfarad. Yeah, pretty straightforward really. And then on the tweeter we've got a second order arrangement again. So in on this capacitor here, which is I think a polycap of some description, 2.2 ohm resistor out to our tweeter. Tweeter's connected in phase, and then an itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot inductor teeny thing down to ground through a 2.2 ohm resistor. So yeah, let's check them out and see see how they're holding up. So nice to see an air core inductor on the woofer and a decent size. Iron core inductor on the tweeter, although it is in shunt down to the ground, but you'd still want something a bit better than that. So let's see what our inductor is. So that's 1.19 millihenries. Check that again. Yep. Okay, let's have a look at our teeny tiny capacitor. Meant to be 8 microfarad. Let's see what that's doing. That's a little 50 volt Al cap. 8.6 microfarad. So 0.8 would be 10%, so it's not too bad. Right, let's have a look at our tweeter circuit. So I don't know what this cap is value wise. I can't read anything off it. Let's see. 6.4. Then we've got a teeny tiny inductor here. So yeah, simple crossover, no correction, notch filtering or anything like that. 0.24. So those drivers are obviously pretty well behaved, and when we looked at the signal sweeps, they didn't look too bad. Although we've got a damaged tweeter which upset this one quite a lot. Yeah, so not too bad. Right, let's have a quick look at these drivers. Okay. So our woofer, yeah, again, that's sure that's a Ciaz driver. So it's a plastic chassis, which is pretty good because that won't really ring. It looks like the rubber's gone really hard. I can't see that being like that. I think maybe with some rubber treatment that might free up a bit, but it's just pretty nasty really. Right, let's see what the DC resistance of this is. It says 8 ohms. Its DC resistance is 6 ohms, so yeah, an 8 ohm nominal impedance. Is that the date? 89, could well be. Okay, and our tweeter. .3 ohms. So what's this? 6 ohm. So yeah, that makes sense. Right, okay. Well, there we go. So I'm not too sure what we're going to do with these. I'm fairly sure that we can repair the mesh on this tweeter, but that's a metal dome, and once they're pushed in like that, they'll crease. They'll never be the same again. And also where the screws have been over tightened before, the plastic bezel here has blown out at the back there. You can see it's blown out there and there. So yeah, someone's really wound them up tight. So these have been out before. Probably someone's taken this out and had a go at repairing it. I don't know. Just out of curiosity, as really we want new drivers for this, let me just see if I've got anything lying around that might fit. Alright, let me see. So these QTX tweeters are becoming one of my favourites. They're I think like a 32 mil silk soft dome, and these play nice and low. Yeah, it's a little bit too big to fit in there, which is a shame. That could always be opened up with the router. Okay. I have a load of these woofers as well. These are 6-inch. They're polypropylene. Probably a similar sort of Q value, but oh man, that's close. That is seriously close. So yeah, I could open that up and drop those in, but you know, then we're basically just starting with a cabinet. We're building a new speaker, and that's going to cost money in time to do it. If Adam wanted to go down that route, then of course I'd do it. With these tweeters, that might work quite nicely, really. I could just open up the cutouts, but then I'm revoicing them, building a new crossover for them. They're not a Ruark Talisman anymore. They're a new speaker. So yeah, interesting really. Probably have to retune the port as well. This is not going to perform the same as the original. But there we go. So yeah, see what happens with these next. Right, thanks for watching.